What's going on, guys? It's Themightydart13 back again, and this is my Bahrain Grand Prix video. Excuse the camera angle, I'm having a lean camera angles. You can see my face, it's fine, and I can wave my hands. Very quickly, sorry this video is out so late. Obviously this weekend is the Chinese Grand Prix. Excuse me. So, a little bit later than I was originally planning, but yeah. These aren't scheduled to come out, but I didn't realise it was a back-to-back race weekend, so sorry this video's out ever so slightly late. I'll have to improve my posture for this video. I could move it, but I've got my bedside light on, and if I move it sort of like that, then you're blinded by the light. So anyway, on to the race. You obviously had in qualifying, you had Verstappen had issues, I think, or in practice anyway. And then, obviously, you had qualify in P9 after having a penalty, and obviously you had Vettel on pole. So straight from the start, you had issues for the Red Bulls. Obviously, Verstappen crashed into, or there was contact between Hamilton and Verstappen, and obviously it went down to such an extent that Verstappen punctured his rear tyre, and that screwed his diff completely. And then Lewis, it all sort of carried on, and Verstappen was out, and Ricciardo went out at the same time. Also, you had a bit of an incident in the Ferrari garage with the light system above the car. So obviously when the cars pit, you have the lights on there. Well, basically, Kimi Raikkonen's light went on too soon, and his mechanic couldn't get out of the way, and sadly suffered a broken leg. He's had an operation on it and is recovering from what I've heard, so all the best to him. I'll hope he gets well soon. Hopefully we'll see him back by the end of the season. But it reignited a debate of, should F1 use these light systems, or should they bring back lollipops, or perhaps use them both? So for me personally, I think they should bring back the lollipop men, because okay, you still had these accidents, but you used to have it where the drivers, say that's a tyre, when the pit crew was done, they'd put their hand over the top of it like that to show that they were ready. And with that, you know, when the mechanics start frantically waving, then you can sort of, the lollipop man can go bang and bring the lollipop back down, and 9 times out of 10 the driver would slam the anchors on and they could sort the car out. But as for, it wasn't the most exciting race. Van Dorn did well after, at the start there was a lot of carnage on the first lap, obviously with cars caught concertina in, so Van Dorn ended up at the back of the field. He drove very well. Both McLarens finished in the points, but the result of the day had to be, for me, Pierre Gasly finishing in P4, which is fantastic, but considering the Honda, and he kind of poked fun at Alonso and McLaren. But sort of Alonso in the last race said, we can now fight. Gasly came and said the exact same thing, so poking fun at the McLaren. So yeah, but you also had Marcus Ericsson in the points as well. So, but obviously on the final lap you had a battle between Vettel and Bottas. Bottas getting faster and faster and faster and faster. But sadly he ran out of laps in the end, which is a shame. I loved how the thing was is Vettel's tyres were screwed. They were gone. His tyres were absolutely screwed. So, and Bottas was on fresher rubber, so in the final corner he potentially could have thrown it. Or going on to the final lap, he could have potentially gone up the inside. And even if he put Vettel wide, because he was trying to avoid, he compromised his own line. So sad. It again, and this brought up the argument of, is Bottas a World Championship standard driver, and once again it came out, no, he's World Champions will always, or future World Champions will always go for that gap. So Max Verstappen, dive bombs, Alonso, Hamilton, Vettel, Raikkonen, even, you know, like drivers who are World Champions, Schumacher, Senna, Prost, any of those drivers you look at would have gone for the gap. And I think it was Senna said, if you no longer go for that gap, you are no longer a racing driver. And obviously, Ricciardo's contract runs out of Red Bull, so there's already rumours circulating that Bottas will be out, which I wouldn't be too sad. Ricciardo to Mercedes, it'd be good because I like Ricciardo. Fantastic driver. Do I think he'd suit Mercedes? Well, yeah. I think him and Hamilton would make a good partnership. But then again, if Raikkonen retires, then you've got potentially Ricciardo's got to move to Ferrari. Personally, I'd like to see Mercedes call up Esteban Ocon or Pascal Wehrlein. Both young drivers, both very good. And then obviously that clears the way to Gasly to go to, or Gasly or Sainz to go to Red Bull, the first seat. Personally, I'd like to see Sainz stay at Renault. But I'd also like to see... I'd like to see Gasly in the Red Bull car, but obviously this... Given what's happening with the old cars this season, I'll be honest, Gasly's probably better staying at Toro Rosso for a while. So, overall, I'd rate this race a sort of 7. It was a lot of overtaking, a lot of good laps. As for my driver of the day, obviously it would have been Vettel for doing as well, was it Vettel or Van Dorn, but with Gasly coming fourth, it's got to go to him. As my prediction, it's obviously qualifying tomorrow. So my prediction is going to be Vettel on pole, Hamilton second, Bottas third, Raikkonen fourth, and Verstappen rounding out the top 10, sorry. Then you had, for my race winner, I'm going to go Lewis Hamilton. I'm going to go Raikkonen second, Bottas third, Vettel finishing fourth, and I'm going to go Fernando Alonso in fifth. Driver of the day, I'm going to predict it's going to go to Verstappen. And for something added, fastest lap, Ricciardo. So, anyway guys, I'm going to leave this video here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Don't believe there's a football vlog for me this weekend. I'm not going to football, so it'll be a pretty quiet weekend. So yeah, thanks for watching. Sorry this video's out late. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next one.